Hungarian Foreign Minister Szijjarto declared Hungary's opposition to sending additional weapons to Ukraine, emphasizing that Hungary does not want an escalation of the conflict.
Several have called for an additional €6 billion for EU member states to supply additional weapons to Ukraine. Hungary's position is clear. We will not contribute in any way to the release or payment of a single euro cent from the European budget, as long as Hungarian companies are negatively discriminated against in Ukraine, and as long as those Ukrainian decisions are in force.
This comes right after an informal EU foreign ministers meeting, where EU Foreign Affairs Chief Josep Borrell urged Ukraine's allies to remove restrictions on using Western-supplied weapons against Russia. Borrell argued these limitations rendered the weapons ineffective.
Russia wants to bomb any European country into full capitulation. Hence, air defense systems were critical before the summer. They are still much more critical today. This will be the first point of a very busy Foreign Affairs Council. And also, I'm sure you will explain us why we need to lift restrictions on the use of weaponry against Russia military targets. In accordance with international law, during the summer, I've been issued statements supporting this decision. The weaponry that we are providing to Ukraine has to have full use, and the restrictions has to be lifted in order for the Ukrainians to be able to target the places where Russia is bombing them. Otherwise, this weaponry is useless.
Szijjarto criticized the EU's pro-war stance, calling it a rampage of war psychosis, and accusing the Council of lacking a realistic assessment of the situation.
Today I'm at a complete lack of a realistic assessment of the situation and a rampage of war psychosis. So the month that has passed since the last Council meeting has not changed anything. The majority of European Union countries, together with the Brussels elite and the bureaucrats here, take an absolute pro-war position. Practically, this war psychosis blinds many.
Ukrainian Foreign Minister Kuleba, also present at the meeting, welcomed the readiness of EU member states to push for lifting restrictions on striking legitimate military targets in Russia. Kuleba noted that the EU plans to expedite the delivery of weapons and equipment to bolster Ukraine's energy infrastructure.
If we are supplied with sufficient amount of missiles, if we are allowed to strike, we will significantly decrease the capacity of Russia to inflict damage on our critical infrastructure, and we will improve the situation for our forces on the ground.
The meeting occurred shortly after Russia's largest aerial assault on Ukraine, involving 127 missiles and 109 drones. Ukraine intercepted most of the projectiles, but strikes on civilian, energy and fuel facilities killed 7 people and injured at least 47 others. Since Hungary assumed the EU's rotating presidency in July, Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, a staunch ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin, has conducted visits to Kyiv, Moscow, Beijing and Washington on self-declared peace missions. These unauthorized trips have drawn significant criticism from EU leaders. In protest of Orbán's actions, several finance ministers, including Germany's Christian Lindner and counterparts from Estonia, Finland and Lithuania, have signaled their intent to boycott the Budapest meeting. Previous ministerial meetings in Budapest faced boycotts in July for similar reasons. The European Commission has also announced that its top officials will not attend any meetings during Hungary's 6-month presidency. Consequently, upcoming meetings of EU foreign and defense ministers have been relocated from Budapest to Brussels.